Do you think the U.S. should embrace socialism?
Yeah, I'm a Marxist.
Yes.
No, I don't think socialism is good.
When everybody is feeding into one cause, which is like healthcare, education.
At the expense of who?
If it's the rich, it's the rich.
We're from Bolivia, and it's impacted our country negatively. So I think, in my opinion, I'm not a huge fan of extreme socialism.
Capitalism is a plague and will kill everyone, even the people that benefit from it.
Can you describe why?
Are you familiar with the image of Ouroboros, snake that eats itself? It's an accurate representation of how capitalism thrives on the extraction not only of the labor of workers in the first world, but especially of the natural resources and the labor in the third world. And when that resource runs out, bourgeoisie will turn on it themselves and eat each other.
I feel like a lot of people like the concept of socialism because equality.
That it doesn't work, especially on these days. You have Venezuela, you have Cuba, I'm very sorry.
And use like the Scandinavian, let's say, economist concepts, then I feel like it's not a bad idea at all.
Okay, say you're a millionaire and this person only has a couple $100s. What if they take your wealth and spread it between two people so they both have equal amounts of money? Are you okay with that?
No, I am not okay with that.
Do you think the U.S. should embrace socialism?
Oh, yeah, I think so, definitely.
What are some of the socialist policies that you like?
All of them.
Do you think the U.S. should embrace socialism?
I don't. Most often, as we've seen in history, socialist practices can at times lead into communism, and that poses a lot of risks.
What would you say to all the people that say socialism doesn't work?
We've seen it work in other countries. We don't know if it'll work here. Capitalism obviously doesn't work for America.
Why?
Because we're in such a load of debt. There's so many people who can't afford education, can't afford housing. They're using capitalism as like a way to defend it, but I don't think it's that great here.
Any examples of capitalism not working in America?
I guess like 2008. I don't know.
And which countries did you say, you said socialism works?
Isn't it Sweden where they have socialism?
What would you say to the kids that say they like socialism?
I think, first of all, they need to travel those countries and see exactly how people are living over there, how they're complaining.
Do you think the U.S. should embrace socialism?
I don't know enough, but like my gut is yes, like universal health care, I think like social safety net.
There's a lot of laws that are aimed to look like they're helping like the poor population, but they affect them more like negatively because they want to like make the businesses lose money so that the government ends up winning.
They want everybody to be equal, but at the same time, you have to let people to grow.
Is it like very equal?
No, from my point of view, it wasn't. It isn't, at least in Bolivia.
We had a girl that was from a socialistic country and she told us she hated it and her country sucked. What do you have to say about that? She was from Bolivia.
Bolivia is not exactly a socialist paradise where workers totally own the means of production. It is merely a social democratic country with progressive policies and a country that ensures a representation of its various indigenous peoples.
In Latin America, when you go there, you go to the little towns and you see how bad they live. They're very poor. I mean, we're living in 2023 and some of them, they don't even speak Spanish. If we're talking about equalism, okay, so build a nice university for all these people too. Or you just want to keep them like that. I think that's what they want.
I would volunteer in orphanages, and so I saw how these people, like, they would tell me that for elections, they would get like 200 Bolivianos, which is like nothing, to vote for this president. But at the end, they wouldn't get education. They wouldn't get anything else that they needed, because the government would just be like, oh, take this, and it's enough, in the name of socialism, you know?
Say you wanted to implement some socialist policies to help everyone, what would you do? What would you start off with?
Is a total seizing of the means of production from the bourgeoisie to the proletariat.
I was Che Guevara for Halloween.
Why did you dress up as him?
Because I liked his ideals. I think he died in an honorable way.
And what's your final message to all people who are pro-capitalism?
You will not survive capitalism. Capitalism by nature is cannibalistic.
If you never travel outside of the United States, you cannot say, yeah, socialism. No.